very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New Orleans Saints. This will be taken in at the 1. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The numbers for him from a week ago, 23 carries, 55 yards.
He's having a nice season, and he knows where he ranks in the league. Don't ever let a running back tell you that they don't know that. They do. So what he's doing now is lobbying the offensive coordinator all week long. Hey, how about a few more touches? He's one big game away from maybe leading the league.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down. And on 2nd and 10 now. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he rifles one incomplete.
When we talk with people about what we think the most important quality for an NFL quarterback to possess, what do people usually say?
Arm strength, and he showed the arm strength there.
Yeah, pretty good bullet pass he threw, but he wasn't accurate, was he?
No.
Listen, you like mobility, but accuracy, first and foremost, is what a quarterback needs. He didn't possess it on that play.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it go deep for Mitchell. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, a big play like that looks familiar, doesn't it? Like we saw a week ago, reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Nothing wrong with being explosive. Nothing wrong with being electric. Nothing wrong with carrying it over from the previous week off to a really, really hot start.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
Now, this feels like old-school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
They stop him on 4th and goal at the 3. And on the opening drive of the ball game, the defense comes up with a goal line stand.
Let's go! 3-19!
They find some open field here. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 6 catches, 90 yards.
And he was able to pull that last pass in, but he's going to face a tall order here because he's going up against the number 2 unit in the NFL against the pass.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, it's almost a tendency breaker.
And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point you've got to win at the point of attack, and on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. The Saints with an extra defensive back here on 3rd on the field.
Could they blitz? Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. They control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
A gain of 19 and picking up the 1st.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, it was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance. I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Well, they tried to swing it on left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Matt Darr to kick it away. Last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. Our first update now comes from Atlanta, and it's the NFC champs, the Falcons, that have moved down to an early advantage. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to let this one go deep. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well. This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed a big hit for a loss. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Well, they went with the nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down. You bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
This one away by the punter, Darr. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way to the opposite 45. It's a big play there for the Saints. 47 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down.
Let's go.
On play action, they'll throw. And he comes back with one complete. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a... So second down, 3 yards to go now. They'll run it now out of the gun. Pulls him over. And down inside the 15 he goes. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. Call it no gain, and it's going to be second and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. A great play there with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6. And he's able to put it through. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Bucs now.
And this is their third drive. Maybe the focus right now not so much on points, but getting their first down.
And when you start off a game, you don't even think that's an issue, do you? But you go a drive, a second drive, no first down, that becomes an issue. Now you got to think about, okay, what type of play calling do I have to do to get us in a spot to pick that first one up?
12 yards there as they move the chains.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
He'll look to throw. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make this a second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They'll run it now out of the gun. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
So when you call a corner blitz, what a lot of teams call a cat blitz, you're expected to come after the quarterback, but in this case, he ran into the ball carrier. Really nice technique, because what you do is you come deep as the deepest offensive player, so he can't get outside of you.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. A gain of 4 on the play. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
Brandon, this is a good spot in the field to go for it. A lot of coaches call this no man's land. A field goal is no sure thing, and neither is a punt. They made the right choice, went for it, and picked up the first down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
On 3rd down, it's Holloway. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. They converted once earlier in this drive, but they'll roll the dice here again on 4th down. They're going to look to throw. The quick slant caught. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
Back to throw now in his own end zone. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. We're just 2 minutes away from sending you to Orlando for Larry Ridley in our EA Sports Halftime Report, so don't forget about that coming up shortly.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a halftime without him, and we thank him for doing the highlights. Let's go get a snack.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Breaks a tackle, and he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down. 11 more on that one, and another first down. First down now, but that clock rolling. They'll look to throw here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Clock running. The Bucs try to go quickly and get set. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And his pass incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. On third down, it's Moss. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this will be taken at the 13. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They go play action here on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there at 22. The play fake. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it go deep for Mitchell. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Saints are able to strike quickly for 6. And it's good to make it 14-0. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side. No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half. Well, look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively? I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game. Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation. I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt. On third down, it's Moss. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. So it's halftime here in New Orleans. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. On the NFL scoreboard, second quarter in Nashville. It's been a bit of a shootout in that one, and the Titans now leading. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start the third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know. I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start. Now back to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. Give him 9 yards on the second down screen play. For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game. They'll drop the throw. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll bring up fourth down. Here's Matt Darr now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today.
It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way.
Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. And the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Always got some breathing room. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go throw it out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
He'll look to throw, and he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down. The Bucs on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. He'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Perkins. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him.
Ball start, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And that's another stop for the defense, something we've seen all game long. They've been on fire today. No matter what's called by the offense, they've had an answer for it.
And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. Back to throw here. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 28, the 40, 30. 10, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, If you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded about a yard deep. Ooh, the juke. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Looking to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Moss. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves to James.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him. That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay! That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. This is taken at his 4. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see when they just...
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. It's brought in by Harris. And he's brought down, but not before getting across midfield to the 45. Give him 30 yards there.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. He sets to fire deep. Man, it's caught inside the 10. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. A gain of 39 that time. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Back now here on EA Sports. And here we go on 1st and goal.
Flex round! Flex round!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
2nd and goal as the offense looks to try to punch it in. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line. So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And you figure with that, this game's pretty well out of reach.
It would take a heck of a comeback at this point. Being 3 scores down, I think that's too much to ask with time winding down here in the 4th.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
We always talk about receivers. If the ball hits your hand, you're supposed to haul it in, but it is hard to adjust to a pass thrown a little bit behind you.
That one was all the momentum going forward. Couldn't contort his body back to grab it. Back to throw. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Over the middle, complete. That's Morgan. And he is knocked down from the side at the 47-yard line. It's a gain of 21 that time. And the Buccaneers are going to have a 1st down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that on their side.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll make it a 2nd down. 2nd down to the offense in search of 6 yards. The gun. They'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off right around the 43. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. They'll set up to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
10 yards still left on 2nd down. They'll look to throw here. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Ryan Shazier not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. Well, it was second long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now.
Well, the obvious goal is to try and score a touchdown, but at the least, adding to a pretty big yardage total for his intended receiver there, huh?
Yeah, well, when you got a guy over 150 yards, keep chucking it deep to him, I guess.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You can get it to him short, and he can make plays that way, but I like what you just said. Throw it to him deep and get it in a big chunk.
But incomplete on that try. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Buccaneers defense holds, and they get the football back. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that, saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. And an alley to run. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be a 2nd down. 2nd down and 4. They'll look to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And that is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's got room. And avoids the contact by sliding. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And the Saints will have the football back. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it.
And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? The quarterback gets hit.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Flex round! Flex round!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup there, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down.
Ohio! Here we go! Flex round! Flex round! Let's go!
He's going to float this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Getting late in the 4th now, Charles. 2-minute warning just around the corner.
Yeah, some teams just want to get to that spot, take a breath, and then come out and attack for the rest of the game.
A nice display of power, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. And here now it's 2nd and goal. Ball on the 7-yard line. He gets this down to the 3. Brought the power run out of the bag, but couldn't do a ton with it. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he didn't get there. Knocked backwards to the 2-yard line. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And the Bucs defense, they'll celebrate the goal line stand. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. And this defense has been smothering all game long. Why not give them 2 more points here in the closing minutes?
Well, they've certainly earned it. They've gotten the better of this offensive line for 4 quarters, and this sack here will just be a little icing on the cake. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they? Just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win. They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. A good pickup there at 22. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Left side, it's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 24 yards. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Harris has it over the middle. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away. Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Meanwhile, in Nashville, they're on to the 4th quarter now. And looks like the Bengals starting to pull away in that one. If they could win that game, it would mean win number 11 for them on the season. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week? Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. The football, and this is picked up by the Saints. And what else could go wrong at this point? This is going to be a defensive touchdown as they keep piling it on. Once that ball was loose, the question was, would this be 2 or would it be 6? It's 6. The defense able to pounce on it. And for the offense, the training didn't really kick in, did it? Once that ball comes loose, you've got to get on it, make sure that you recover it, or make sure you punch it out of the end zone. Anything but give it to the defense to score a touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete.
He's at the 30, 10, and he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Around the NFL fourth quarter right now in Atlanta, and the Falcons have wound up winning that football game. If they indeed win, it would be win number 9 on the season. And barring something unforeseen, this will be the last play of the game.
Let's go!
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it go. They got his man complete. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.